Getting testosterone replacement therapy in Australia can seem complicated. This is your clear, step-by-step guide. The biggest misconception is that low testosterone is an age-related issue. It affects men of all ages, even in their 20s and 30s. Persistent fatigue, brain fog, and a lack of motivation are signs that could qualify you for treatment. This also includes reduced sex drive, difficulty building muscle, or an increase in body fat. We'll walk you through the entire process: who qualifies, diagnosis, treatment, and the real long-term outcomes. You know the symptoms. Let's look at what doctors need to see for a clinical diagnosis. It's about what your blood work says. Clinically, low T is diagnosed when levels are below 8 to 12 nanomoles per litre. This number, with your symptoms, is the key. Because your hormones fluctuate, a single test isn't enough. Australian guidelines require 2 separate blood tests, both taken early. They check a full panel: free testosterone, pituitary hormones, PSA for prostate health, and liver function to ensure your safety. Your journey starts with a GP, but for subsidies or difficult cases, you'll likely need a referral to a specialist physician. Here's a point many miss. The Australian government's PBS subsidy has much stricter criteria, often below 6 nanomoles per litre. This gap means many who need TRT must go private. This thorough process exists to rule out other conditions and ensure TRT is the right, safe, and effective solution for you. But with referrals and strict rules, what if the traditional path is a dead end? Is that the end of the road for you? Absolutely not. Modern TRT clinics in Australia have changed the field with 100% telehealth services, making access faster. Once you start, care is continuous. Expect regular blood tests, initially every 3 to 6 months, to fine-tune your treatment. This is not a one-size-fits-all therapy. Your treatment protocol is adjusted based on your blood work, symptoms, and health goals. You must understand TRT is not a short-term fix. For most men, it is a lifelong commitment requiring medical supervision. So we have covered the process, but what about the risks and the costs? Let's get into the details you need to weigh. This is the single most vital consideration for younger men. TRT will significantly reduce your sperm production and can cause infertility. Sperm freezing is highly recommended. Other possible side effects include acne or oily skin and potentially worsening sleep apnea in predisposed men. More serious side effects that require close monitoring include elevated red blood cell count, which can thicken the blood. Financially, you should budget for an annual cost between $1,700 and $2,600. This covers clinic fees, medication, and blood tests. With the process, risks, and costs laid out, let's turn to why people do this. The long-term outcomes. And we'll start with some myths. Recall the brain fog and low mood from the start. The mental transformation can be profound, reducing depressive symptoms and improving clarity. Physically, the benefits are life-changing. Increased energy, more muscle mass and strength, and reduced body fat are common outcomes. A huge myth is that TRT is bad for your heart. Current research shows low T is a risk factor, and normalizing levels can improve heart health markers. And roid rage? That's from illegal steroid abuse, not therapeutic medicine. Proper TRT often has a mood-stabilizing effect. So let's bring it all together. We've gone from identifying the subtle symptoms of low T in men of all ages, through the specific evidence-based diagnostic process in Australia, including the 2-test rule and specialist pathways. We've seen that it's a personalized, long-term commitment that requires diligent monitoring to be both safe and effective. And we've weighed the significant risks, like infertility, against the life-altering physical and mental health benefits. The path to getting TRT in Australia is clear, medically supervised, and based on a complete understanding of your health. While barriers like cost and stigma still exist, being armed with the right information is the most powerful tool you have. Understanding this process removes fear and uncertainty, allowing you to make an informed decision about your own health. If you're having symptoms, the first step is not to guess, it is to get tested. Speak to a qualified doctor and start the conversation today.